What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at a boy DSP's daily rap video after a day of, well, I guess in Phil's eyes, some self-soothing. That's right, our boy Phil's having a rough couple days. He did hit the milestone of no covers for 4 straight streams, and of course, like Doody called it the other day, anytime he hits that magic number of 4, he has to make damn sure that he doesn't supersede that number. And that's what happened yesterday. That's right. All of a sudden, after 4 straight streams of not hitting the goal, DSP and his favorite person, Anonymous, came out to save the business. That's right. Yes, Anonymous. Shout out Anonymous. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Anonymous dropped $200 on the first stream and $100 on the late night stream. Yes, I'm sure Anonymous, aka Phil Burnell, aka Phil's Mind. And at this point, you know, this is a tactic you see with locals. You see it with Phil, you see it with Jeremy. It's just self-soothing. It really is. So let's watch the daily rap, see what he has to say. And yes, Disney Princess Phil is back because he is a joke, and I thought it was fitting to bring back this cool animation because it encapsulates who DSP is in a nutshell. I think it captures the essence of the locale that is Phil. So let's get into it.
On DSP here, and it's time to recap everything that went down on my streams for Wednesday, the 13th of May, 2026. That's right, folks. It's the Daily Wrap. How y'all doing? I hope I find you well, and I hope that you had a good day. Let's talk about all the content that I put out today. Today was all solely on the DSP Gaming channel. We started off today with a really good level 1 podcast because we had certain important topics to talk about, including number 1, what happened yesterday with Directive 8020 and whether I would continue to play the game. Number 2, what's been going on with my ongoing React project with the quartering documentary and whether or not I would continue with that. And number 3, I did a walkthrough of how the Steam controller works as a way to guide yourself through Windows, for example, to browse in a browser, to actually type and search for things, to go into Steam and go to your Steam library or search in the store for a game, etc. And I fully showcased how the trackpads work. I showed how you use the app keyboard to bring up things and type things, etc. And we spent a good half hour plus messing around. We also did attempt to use this in Game Pass to try to play some Game Pass games through the Xbox app to mix results. So very interesting segment of the podcast. If you want to know right away about how it went, be sure to check out that podcast. Now, later this week, after I have a little bit more time to test this with other games, I'm actually going to be probably putting out a highlight video that's going to show the unboxing, the initial setup, my feelings playing it in Directive 8020, my feelings playing it in Mouse PI for Hire, which I did tonight, and my feelings playing with fighting games on Friday, and then kind of a final summary. So that will be good for you to guys check out if you don't, or if you're interested in everything Steam controller. I will give you that probably later on in the week. Fair enough? Okay. So it was a really good podcast.
Okay, so essentially we get another segment of Alien plays with human tech. Good God, Phil, man, look, man, you just, I know you're trying to recoup the money you put into this. You wasted, what, $200, and you still haven't gotten your money back, even with, what, this is, what, your second or third review of this stupid controller. No one cares, man, because you offer no insight whatsoever. I mean, it would be interesting if you actually bought it and opened it up. Like, open up the controller, show the inner workings of it to see how it works, and actually maybe, you know, if you did a little bit of goddamn research, you could identify the components, see exactly how it was built and so on, and provide some of that insight. That would be interesting, you know what I mean? That's something that people like Linus Tech Tips, other content creators that do reviews, that's what even Review Tech USA, your favorite person, actually will do that from time to time. He'll open up the actual thing, break it down, or if not, he at least reviews the specs and gives you some insight on the actual spec. You do nothing. You sit there and just basically push buttons and just wait for something to happen. Okay. And you want to keep pushing this shit because I know you didn't make any money the first 2 times you tried talking about this. So now what you're going to do is you're going to throw more money at it. You're going to pay $50 to your editor to basically copy and paste all the shit that you did on the last 2 streams when you reviewed this and create some highlight video. Okay. I mean, by the way, how are the highlight videos working out for you? They're not doing well, man. They're not. I mean, you had some initial success, you know, and success in DSP's world success. But it just faltered. Your last video that you did of something, I remember, what do you get? 1,500 views on that? 1,500 views. And you thought that was the bee's knees, that it was cooking, that people really wanted to see your gameplay, and no one cared. But whatever, you want to keep throwing money at it, knock yourself out. At least you're employing someone, so I guess big ups for that. The other thing that I want to do is I want to give myself a round of applause. That's right, Doody, give yourself a round of applause for being very insightful. That's right. And if you're wondering why I'm giving myself a round of applause, I've mentioned this before, but actually I talked about it yesterday, that you ever notice the pattern here with DSP. DSP did not hit the go for 4 straight streams. That's right. And this isn't the first time. It seems to be that for Phil Psyche, 4 is the magic number. There is no way that he can go past 4 coffers, missed coffers, in his business without him losing his mind. So of course he saw that and he said, all right, I got to make sure, whether by hook or crook, that I make sure that I hit the goal and I look very successful today, which is yesterday. And sure enough, Anonymous came out twice and saved the business. Yes, big ups to Anonymous for all of that disposable income. Always in some anonymous tweet, never provides a message. Never provides a message. By the way, here's one right here. Here's one right here. This is DSP last night at $30, literally about, like, this was what, almost at 12 o'clock midnight. He would go for maybe another 20 minutes here. He was at $30 for this playthrough, and then all of a sudden, the magic word, the most famous of Phil's Dents, Anonymous, came out and did this.
Generous of you. Thank you so much. Well, to get to the next part, so that's cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I just received a $100 tip. $100. Thank you. I don't know who it is because there is absolutely, just says Anon. There is no message. It just says Anon. So thank you for the anonymous $100 contribution, whoever that was. That is incredibly generous of you. Thank you so much. Certainly, I hope you've enjoyed the Mouse PI for Hire playthrough. We are now in the final part because we're about to board this blimp.
Okay, this is just some pathetic theater. Good God. And again, this is just self-soothing because he has to put out and portray that he's successful. You know, every time when he rants and rages to detractors and screams and tries to prove that he's people like him and that his playthroughs are meaningful and all the nonsense that he regurgitates every single fucking day to counteract the narrative that he's a broke bum. You know, it goes in, it's a self-soothe, and it's a common trait with these locales. I've seen it plenty, mostly with DSP and Jeremy the Quartering, especially now that, you know, all eyes are on Jeremy the Quartering. You notice these small little things where you just get these random super chats, you know, and inexplicably when you look at those super chats for Jeremy, you see that those names look very familiar and they look like sock accounts that are known to be used by Jeremy.
Either subscribe,
and of course, you know, with DSP here, he has the out where, you know, the tips where he doesn't have a third payer processor doing his tip animations. He can basically say whatever it is that he wants. And you notice it, but I really want to highlight this point. He lost his Stream Elements, the ability to use Stream Elements and Streamlabs, and then moved away because he knew that he was going to keep getting flagged and he wouldn't be able to use these systems to process his tips, right? So he just said, all right, hell with it. I'm just going to use PayPal, right? That was what, 4 or 5 years, about 4 years ago, right? You notice all of these anonymous tips started coming through after that. Before that, he never received anonymous tips. Before that, it was some dent that wanted to come in and make sure that he got credit and that, you know, he got glazed by DSP for giving him money. Never, I mean, I'm not going to say never, but rarely, whenever there's huge support like this, the person always either has a message, has something to say, and actually has a name, right? This was before anonymous tips came in, and it got even worse. Like you could see a clear progression of him fake tipping himself after the Kino Casino fallout. Like, again, he had to keep continuing putting out that narrative that he's still successful. He doesn't need Kino Casino. He doesn't need Kino's viewers and supporters. People like him because of him. So that's when he started ramping up these huge fake anonymous tips. and he just continue. It's just like the quartering again, buying subscriptions. Like the guy buys literally 10 to 20,000 subscriptions on YouTube every single week to make it look like he's more successful than what he really is. And let's be honest here, folks, the measure of success, you know, to these locales is money. And what's the point of fake tipping yourself and giving out that impression that you get more money? You're getting more money than you're not. You might ask, right? Well, it's self-soothing. It's coping. It's coping. They figure, you know what? Fake it till you make it. You know, if you're not getting the support and the money, make it look like you are. At least you can own your detractors like that. And again, DSP has implored that for years, and now Jeremy is doing it. Trust me, we'll see more locales doing that in the future, but it seems to be there's two things. You have to be a locale, and you have to be greedy for money. Those are the two things that seems to trigger this response of self-soothing and lying about getting massive support or getting massive subscription amounts. It's pathetic. It's sad because you're not fooling anyone. Like, again, someone that streams to 200 people on average daily doesn't get $400 a day. They just don't. It logically makes no sense. And so, and DSPs, you know, for DSP, we're talking about a guy that barely cracks 400,000 views on a YouTube channel, which is nothing. That's nothing. Someone that has 70,000 videos and they're barely cracking 400,000 views is nothing. That ad revenue is garbage. So again, you look at all these factors and you can clearly see that these people are just self-soothing and coping. You know, there's no way that Phil's getting this type of money. But you know, he has to put that posture out there, which I think is laughable because, and then the other thing too is he over-explains. Like he gets the $100 and he starts going, oh, there's no name, there's no message. You know what I mean? He's panicking because he knows no one believes this shit. Like there's no way also where you're going a whole stream where there's literally like 15 or 20 minutes left in your stream, you know, and you're at $30. That told you right there, no one gives a shit about this game. No one cares. At the very end, you maybe had 130 people that were watching that fucking stream. And then all of a sudden, some anonymous person that loves this playthrough so much is going to give you $100. Yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm calling bullshit. All right, let's keep going because I could talk a lot about this subject. But big ups to Doody for calling it out.
Loaded with good information. If you didn't check it out, I urge you to. I think that you'll have a good time, you know, learning all about the Steam controller. Then we started Pokemon Fire Red's post-game content. You know, last stream we had beaten the Elite Four and the champion, became the champion, and we're just starting to kind of unlock the post-game. Well, today we focused solely on the post-game, basically going to the Sevi Islands and doing all kinds of content there. There were optional dungeons and things to do there. We caught a bunch of new Pokemon today that weren't even available in the base game. And in general, just had a really great chill time. Like, it really was a lot of fun. Hanging out with everyone, playing Pokemon, and just catching them all, I guess you could say, and relaxing. And it was a really laid-back stream. And on top of all of that, incredible levels of support today. Like a really, really well-supported Pokemon stream. I was very pleased. And obviously, here's the thing. As I said, the good thing about the modern day for me,
let's stop here because I kind of want to highlight one person came and dropped $200. He made what, $300 on Pokemon? Right, $300. So he legitimately pulled in $100. This would have been coffer number 5 where he didn't hit the goal, right? And then right at the very middle or near the end, someone came out and dropped $200, right? And of course he has to change up. He can't always make it 100. He has to show $200. It's just sad and pathetic, Phil. You're doing this to what again? What exactly? You're felting your trolls. You're showing people that you're successful. No one buys it, man. It's just pure comedy and cope from this guy. I love it. And look at his face. You can just tell. Look at this is a man right here that doesn't know what to do. Like he's lost of ideas. He's like, what am I gonna do? I have to fake tip myself because if not, Doody will make a video that shows I didn't hit the coffer for the 5th time. And damn you, Raw Phil, if you play the trumpets. Damn you, Raw Phil. And the other thing, the funny thing too is he was so dumb, he tipped himself $100. He didn't even hit the goal last night. That's right, he didn't hit the goal. He missed it by $1. That's right, $1. You know what? You know, just for that, let's whip out the trumpets. That's right, let's whip out the trumpets. Everybody loves the trumpets. Shout out to Raw Phil. That's right, shout out Raw Phil. Let's hit it, Raw Phil. Come on, Raw Phil. Hit the trumpets. Cue it up, brother. We gotta hear it. We gotta hear it. Yes. Ah, fat cat in the house. So again, we start back with this nonsense. He's no coffers, number one at 1. Today he's playing, what is he playing today? He's playing that new game, the spiritual, no, he's playing Directive 220. So you know he's not going to hit the goal there. So we'll go through a pattern where he misses it for four streams, and then all of a sudden Anonymous will come out and save the business. What the fuck is that? All right, but I'm gonna wrap it up. He's gonna talk about the rest of his day. No one gives a shit. Oh, he's doing React tonight, right? Yeah, of course. Because again, he has to milk React content for 4 straight days. A fucking quartering documentary that, again, look, 645,000 views. 8th day. This has been a week. It's kind of stuttered. Like it had big momentum in the first 3 or 4 days, and then after that, kind of sputtered. No one cares about this documentary anymore, Phil. And the fact that you're on day 4 of doing a React, no one gives a shit. You barely hit the goal the last 2 times. I expect tonight he may not hit the goal. He may not hit the goal, or you know, who knows? Fake Anonymous might come on and save the stream, but I doubt it. I don't think he's gonna hit the goal. So today we should get a good amount of salt for not hitting the goal. Even though yesterday, you know. Well, no, I mean, let's be honest. It's all a lie. It's all whatever smoke and mirrors over there at DSP Gaming. None of it is accurate. None of it is true. And you know, whatever. All right, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.